have sex with their husbands when they don't feel like it. I've been accused of promoting marital rape, and women frequently ask me, should wives have sex when they don't feel like it? Like, brother, wives should not have sex when they feel like it. No, they should not. This is the thought process of most women today. Well, let's just ponder this a little bit. Should your husband go to work every day and work hard to provide for his family if he doesn't feel like it? Should you not prepare your children food because you don't feel like it? Let's say your refrigerator is bare. Should you not go shopping because you just don't feel like it? Should you not clean the toilet ever? Ew, that's just a gross job, but you just don't feel like it. And you
See, this is what she's saying is the fact that what many women don't want to hear is the fact there's an obligation there. Okay. And men have to be obligated to work. They can't, if we don't feel like working, nothing gets paid. You don't have the lights on, nothing. If a woman doesn't feel obligated to have sex with her husband, great. But don't complain if your husband struggles not to cheat on you, or he does cheat on you because you refuse to have sex even when you don't feel like it.
just go, if I had to put you all sitting in a classroom in front of me, we can go on and on and on about all the things that we do in life that we don't feel like doing. And how come sex is this sacred cow to most women? And if they don't feel like having sex with their husbands, they should not have sex with their husbands. And by the way, how could I promote marital rape when I don't teach men? I've never once ever said or written, yes, men, rape your wives. Take sex from them whenever you want. I have never said that. I don't teach men. I only teach women. I teach women what the Bible commands. The Bible commands that we do not deprive our husbands of sexual intimacy. This is from God. It's not from me. And if you want to have a miserable life, lazy life, then you live your life by your feelings. You don't feel like giving your husband sex for a year, then go, fine, don't give your husband sex for a year, but see how great your marriage is after.
And this is the reality. Because if a man doesn't feel like giving his wife sex, she cheats, there's nothing. It's like she's a victim. Oh, he wasn't giving me any. Oh, that monster, that beast. She wasn't giving me any. Grow up, be a man. You don't have any self control. Look at you. You call yourself a man. That's how it is. Okay. And with this society that we have, women can get away with literally everything, including murder. And yeah, it's an obligation because you live in a world where sex is everywhere. And women don't like to hear this, but women have to compete with other women who want their husbands. You think you are, safe when you get married? That you don't have to do any work? You don't think your possible female friends want your husband once you have what you have? It's not just men sometimes wanting what their friends have. It's women too. You don't think women find your husband a catch? Okay. You don't think women find your husband somebody that is caring and loving and stuff like that, that you are lacking in one department that they could capitalize? This is war. This is war, but many of you ladies don't see it that way. And that's why you end up getting cheated on.
We live our lives by doing what's right, by obeying God, even when we don't feel like it. Yes, and that even includes sex. How long does it take? One woman wrote me and asked me if her husband had raped her because she had told him she didn't want to have sex, and when she woke up in the middle of the night, he was having sex with her. So she wanted to know if that was marital rape. And I said, well, do you feel like you need to call the police and have him locked in jail? Because if true rape is when you're assaulted and against your will by some stranger, and you feel like he's worthy of being put in prison, yes. No, she doesn't want to her husband doesn't want to call the authorities and put him in jail because he woke her up in the middle of the night and was having sex with her. In fact, my husband was telling me sometimes men just, in the middle of the night, there's a woman, their wife, maybe they're not completely woken up, they're not thinking straight, they just have this need to want sex, and so they start having sex with their wives. Now, at this point, the wife can either say, honey, I'm just really tired, how about in the morning? Or go along with it and have a great time. Sometimes those are the best times. Often when we obey God instead of what we want.
See, this is the problem. Now, whatever you believe, that's what you believe. But this is facts here. Her marriage is kept together because she's willing to sacrifice. That's what many modern women are not willing to do. They're not willing to sacrifice. Like I'll say it again. They want a 1950s man, but they want to keep a new age mentality. Okay? Marriage requires sacrifice, gut-wrenching sacrifices at times. Okay? You don't want to feel like having sex with your husband, but he's the one breaking his back to make sure you have a good life. And if he's doing all that, guess what? There's other women there gladly willing to take your place, but you don't see that until it's too late.
That's where we find the blessings. And so when you clean your toilet, you have the blessing of a clean toilet. When you're not depriving your husband, you have a blessing of a husband that's very happy with you for not depriving him. And when your husband goes to work, even though he doesn't feel like it, he has a blessing of receiving a paycheck. So instead of living our lives by our feelings and our want to, let's live our lives by being obedient to God and doing what He calls us to do, even when we don't feel like it. As a new mother, you wake up every couple hours to nurse your baby, even though you don't feel like it, all you're exhausted. You do it because you love your baby. And this is how we should be with our husbands. We are to be husband lovers. We want to satisfy them sexually. They can't have sex with anybody else. We live in a highly sexualized culture. They see, you go anywhere, you see immodestly dressed women, and in the supermarkets, you see just everywhere they're assaulted by sexuality and scantily clad women. They should be able to have sex with their wives when they want it. It doesn't take much time or effort even, but it makes them happy. And this is what God calls us to do as their helpmate women. So don't live your life by your feelings. Instead, live your life in obedience to the Lord, because you love your husband, because you love the Lord God Almighty, and He's worthy. He calls us to deny ourselves, and Paul says that He disciplines His body for the purpose of godliness. Discipline your body for the purpose of godliness. Don't do just what you want, you feel like doing. Do the right thing. So anyway, stop depriving your husband.
Yeah, I know this is going to be a very, very, very painful, for modern women to hear. But she's making sense. A lot of you are going to get angry. A lot of you are going to get monstrously, perturbed. But this is what it is. Okay, it takes work, and a lot of you, this is you're not going to understand this, and it's going to come at a hard consequence when your husband doesn't want to be with you anymore, or you have an affair happens, and you're like, how could this happen? And you have been depriving him all the time, or using blackmail. You don't agree with what I want. You think you're right in an argument. Great, you're not having sex tonight. And you'll just keep pushing him away into the arms of another woman. It's not, it doesn't help. Okay, you're just going to destroy your own home. What does it say again? A foolish woman destroys her home with her own hands. Women who withhold sex from their husband are foolish women who destroy their homes with their own hands. Men, tell me what you think in the comment. Women, also let me know what you think in the comment section. All right? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.